Welcome back, and today we are TGIF. Thank God it's Friday, and I hope we're gonna end off the last day of the trading week, really with a big bang. And I can already see on on the futures market that everything is kind of spiking up, leading to the grand opening with the banks really doing a great job. All right, so welcome to all of you who just joined us for the first time, and I want to go over to YouTube right now and take a look who's joining us right here today, and I want to welcome you on a personal note. All right, so if you are there with us, just say hello on the YouTube chat, and I look forward to seeing you guys. All right, oops, so here we go. Okay, who's with us here today? Let me just check out my chat box. Okay, I see Hiram, welcome. John, good to see you. And Peter, welcome on board. I can see Lip Yong from Facebook. Thank you. Thanks for joining us. Isabella. And yes, sir. Yes, very good. And tonight we're going to have something really interesting for all of us. And, it's a very focused, targeted company. And I'm going to walk you through the process, how we're going to take our position in this amazing stock, all right? So here we go. Let's go through our flagship article for today. Check this out. This is none other than Pinterest. It's really hot off the news, and it's been reported on Wall Street Journal. Elliott set sights on Pinterest. And why are we taking a look at, in fact, a second, third, fourth, fifth look at this great company? All right, so I've been involved in Pinterest since the early founding days, and my account was kind of a pioneer account. And what they do is you pin up those interesting, lovely messages that you love, and kind of form a board, and that's the concept behind a Pinterest. All right. Now 9% by an activist investor is really serious stuff. Typically, they are going in to make a 10x return. All right. What is 10x return? 100% profit return or more. So that's the reason why we are taking a much closer look right here on Pinterest, okay? So you guys are hearing me nice and sweet. Welcome on board, Jeffrey, and also welcome on board, Bokyu, right? Okay, here we go. How are we going to kind of diagnose an article like this? And there's a few key telling points, right? So I'm going to show you my approach, how we go about doing this. First of all, when they declare that you are activist investor, typically it's a complete opposite of the passive role that our grandfather Warren Buffett loves to do. He just invests in the company, takes a back seat, passively investing into building up his stakes. He don't mess around with the management team. He doesn't want to see any change in the board of directors. That is what we call a passive investor. But the moment we have an activist like Elliott Management coming in to tell the world, I'm taking on an activist role. Few things you're going to observe for sure. Number one, he's going to plant his people into the board of directors. Typically, they will take 2 board seats. And once they have an influence and a control over the board seats, then they go into step 2, manage and kind of have an influence in the management team. The key person in the management team, primarily, that will be the chief executive officer. If that guy is not performing up to task, he will come in with his board powers, fire off the CEO, and replace someone whom he trusts that can get the job done. All right. So this is where we're going to understand about the whole backdrop behind Pinterest. Now, a few things that we need to note is this. The once hot social media company grapples with a decline in users and other challenges. So when we say a decline in users and other challenges, typically how we go about interpreting such a statement, all right? So what we need to do is to open up right now the stock chart. And this is a pretty interesting stock chart in the sense that when I look at it, I put on the bottom left is the year 2020, on the bottom right, 2022, you can see the month of August, okay? This one is pretty interesting, all right? So first of all, I want to draw my red box according to the highest point or right on the dot of the 200-day simple moving average line, which is the red line that you see across right here, right? So this is the start of the 200-day simple moving average line, all right? And from there, I pan out a box. And this box, I will pan to the right-hand side until the candles start to display kind of a spike up, break above the box, all right? So this is what I call the pandemic box. And you can see the time frame kind of really nice, started from the bottom left of the red box, February, and all the way it ends at the start of August. So you have February 1 month, March, April, May, June, July. Total 6 months in that red box right there, right? So you got to draw this box out and to have a very clear picture. Then I'm going to replicate this box and move to the right. Now on the right hand side, I will move it to such a place whereby I want to know when the candles drop into my red box. You see, on the left hand side, I want to know when the candles kind of spike up above the red box. On the right hand side, I want to know when the candles kind of spike down into my red box, all right? So there's these two views right here, and once you plant this, it's kind of really easy to see it, all right? What do I mean by really easy to see it? Now, those of you not trained in technical analysis or just simply don't even use, bombastic words like what technical analysis. I'm really not comfortable using words like that. I just ask you to look at it like a layman, like a commonsensical approach. You got two red boxes right there, and let me get rid of myself. All right, you got two red boxes right there, and then you find the center point of these two red boxes, right? Kind of somewhere around here, right? And you can see on the left-hand side, the candles move above the left-hand red box, and on the right side, it's also above until the point in time it enters into the right-hand red box, right? So this is the left-hand red box, and this is the right-hand red box, okay? So what does that tell us? It simply is telling us that this stock price has the potential to go back right up to the peak. And I'm really talking about the mama peak right here, right? So the mama peak is right here. That's $70 to $90 range peak. All right, so we kind of draw the box right there, and putting aside all the discussion about whether the business is good, whether the earnings, and some of you love to dive into kind of value investing, price earnings ratio, price sales ratio, debt equity ratio. Put all that aside. Let me explain to you why. When you have an activist investor like Elliott coming in, he has really seen past that already. To him, it's simply one thing. Can he pick up this company at a bloody great price? And this is the great price today, $20. Now, most likely, he pick it up something below that, probably $16 or $17 or $18. Doesn't matter anymore. What matters is right now. The market is telling us right now it is worth $19 per share, or just round it up $20 per share, and it has spiked up 12% simply because of the brand name of Elliott Management getting involved as an activist investor. All right, so I'm putting this out very, very clearly in front of all of you. You can see with your big open eyes, and then I'm going to slice it. I'm going to slice it exactly at a $20 price point, which is today. You see what I've done? The moment I put the line there, and things become really, really easy, and I can kind of move up and down, play with my horizontal line, move to 80, but really the horizontal line I want to land is at $20 stock price, okay? We established that. So, where's the opportunity right now? Dun, 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 dun. I'm looking at right here. All right, hold on a second. I just pressed the wrong button one more time. I'm looking at right here. If you are getting any price within my red box here, whether it's at 20 or the top of the red box, all right? So the top of the red box somewhere here will be 20, about 25, all right? Any price between 20 to 25, you're getting a sweet spot price. All right. And of course, if you can get in like right here before the spike, probably like $17 or $18 before the spike, you are buying at the same price as Elliott Management. All right. So this is exactly what we are talking about right there. And then I kind of zoom up again. Okay. So I set this up, keep this view in mind, and then we're going to go back to our analysis right now. Here we go. And we're going to see from our analysis what exactly is telling us. Check this out. I'm going to pan this back over here. And you're going to see this is a really fascinating stuff, whether you should believe in Elliott Management and whether you should take a position in this great company called Pinterest today, all right? So before I continue my analysis, I want to check back. How many of you are enjoying the live stream so far? Can you just say something in the live chat? I know you're alive, and just type something nice really there and say, I enjoy it, teacher. Having fun, teacher. Can you please show us the way to go about connecting the dots, teacher, and so on. I shall wait for you while I take a super lemon drop. Right, kind of very, very, very eager for sweet stuff right now. Yummy. I think this is a great product. It's called a Super Lemon Drop by Cavendish and Harvey. All right, it's really nice. This is my second can already. Okay, very, very good. I see Hiram enjoying, John, Jeffrey, Jay, welcome back, Isabella, Peter, and the rest of you. Thank you very, very much, right? Now, some of you I may be new to you, but it's okay. You know, I love to do this analysis and help you guys jump on board the bandwagon of analysis. All right, here we go. Just don't worry about me, sucking the sweet. I think I enjoy just being very natural and candid with you guys, okay? So here we go. Elliott has told the company it's the biggest investor in Pinterest, having built a stake of more than 9% in recent months. And again, when somebody says that, he built a position in recent months. Now, how do you interpret information like this in recent months? All right, so I kind of go back right here. And in the recent month, I don't think this is a silly investor because he will be looking at this cluster right here. I don't believe he is buying at any of the price point here, because he will buy at a price point when the stock price start to go sideways. So I'm fully confident that he bought at a price below $20, all right? Now, if I kind of move it right over here, the bottom of these candles, if you can get it like $18 or $17, you are getting a damn great price right now, right? So let me just move that back and let me continue the analysis. Okay, so the recent month, we established that important point already. And partly in common stock, one of the people said, why do they have to mention partly in common stock? Sometimes they may buy into call options or warrants, giving them the right to exercise the option in order to buy the stock. So options may be cheaper, and they also want to see the reaction of stock price. So this is very, very common strategy. Buying stocks one hand and the other hand balance it with call options or warrants, all right? And activists has been in discussion with Pinterest over the past several weeks. Oh, we got a clue right now. Because the moment you read this word past several weeks, and then I love to go back to my mama chart again, because the past several weeks represent this price. The 16 to 17 to $18 range. That means while he was buying here, he started buying here, that is where he started to have discussion with the management team. Because he's probably going to the management team and say, hey, you know what? Your stock price is in a mess. I think you need some help. Always coming like a white knight. But really, they are mercenaries, they are profit motivated, all right? Sometimes it's not just about the help. They can only help you provided they can help themselves to make money, all right? So please get it right. Not like not like a non-profit kind of help, all right? It's everything profit motivated. So we established the past few weeks already, and it couldn't be learned what they have been discussing. Of course, they probably locked them down with an NDA, and if you divulge anything, the deal is off, right? It's been a time of turmoil for Pinterest, and that's the best time to talk to a company when it's dying, and they really need to beg you for money. And I've gone through that phase as a startup, where holy moly, where you just have to keep raising money to keep the company going with a longer runway. And then, you know what the VCs will tell me? Clemen, we got many startups coming to us. Some of them even kneel down, cry in front of us, and we say, no, we're not invest. That's the game of the VC, all right? So just make sure, all of you, if you're running businesses, cash flow positive, you don't have to depend on the VC, because when you're at the worst state, they will really slaughter you with the kind of conditions that are very, very tilted for them and against you. So operates a free online platform of sharing images that inspire projects such as planning weddings, completing home renovations, creating recipes, quotable quotes from famous personalities. All these can be found on Pinterest. All right, we're done on that. Now, this is the exciting part. In June, which is part of our several weeks, right? Because now in July, if you talk about past several weeks, like 4 weeks, 5 weeks, that is the month of June. What happened? Ben Silberman stepped down as chief executive, becoming executive chairman. I strongly believe that this is triggered by Elliott management. He say, hey, I think you better step down, because I'm going to bring in my guy. I'm going to bring my money. I'm going to bring my guy as well. So I think you better step down. I give you the chairman role, just nominal in name, but I'm going to control the management. And a company named Bill Ready. Wow, I really like this Bill Ready, like ever ready battery, He's always ready to pay bills. Bill Ready, okay? Who had been president of commerce at Alphabet. I mean, if you can headhunt the president of commerce from Alphabet, you know how to sell things online, all right? Since 2020 as his replacement. So this president, who is called Bill Ready, went through the pandemic, know how to sell things in the middle of the pandemic, at the start of the pandemic, and he has been headhunted right now to join Pinterest to resurrect the company. All right, so please write down resurrection in the chat box so that I know you're paying attention. Sometimes, I teach a class like this. I'm very curious whether the students or the listener or the viewer really pay attention, or they're just having some kind of fun entertaining themselves. All right, so if you have been paying attention, please type in resurrection. Wow, look at my great students. Shirlene, just type out. Jeffrey, just type out. And the rest, still trying to figure out how to spell resurrection. Okay. The move came after several Pinterest executives departed in recent months. All right, so you have to bring in a fresh team, kind of replace all the tired horses and bring in the fresh pack of horses to run the race again, all right? Including its head of global business operation and its investor relations chief. Obviously, this guy didn't do a good job. So, Silberman, because he's been offered to stay on because of simply he's one of the 3 co-founders. It's always good to have the co-founder who know the legacy issues staying on, but he has a roughly 37 voting stake in the company, according to his latest proxy filing from April, which could limit Elliott's ability to force changes. Now, I think this one is really resolved. When 2 of them come together, and Silberman, being one of the co-founders, got no idea how to resurrect the stock price, Elliott will come in and say, look, I'll come in and help you, provided you help me. I'll help you resurrect the stock price, but you better be a good and supportive voting chairman. All right, so I'll just keep to the words as that. Then we come down to right here. The business grew dramatically during the pandemic. Can we verify that? Of course, you saw my 2 boxes just now, and the stock price was above the 2 boxes, right? And in February, reported its first full year profit and more than 2 billion in annual revenue. Now, I believe this is the signal that Elliott management is looking for great companies to invest in. All right? First time delivering, that means as a tech company, you burn a lot of cash to bring into a profitable position. More than 2 billion in annual revenue means you got a lot of room to play already. So once a company hits that stage, that's where they'll attract all the powerful VCs, all the powerful fund managers to come in and shake up the company to scale up to the next level. I'm really excited about this deal right now, right? But while revenue grew 18% in the quarter that ended in March, and you know, March in February just started the war, from a year earlier, global active monthly users fell 9%, and the company posted a net loss of 5 million as what? COVID restrictions, and this is talking about the quarter itself compared to the whole year, because the COVID restriction eased and people began spending more time offline. So this is very natural, right? But I think that's kind of a reversal, because at this point in time, Singapore is suffering its highest peak of the COVID-19 infections. My loved ones, my relatives, my friends, all kind of a hit left, right, center with COVID-19 right now. I think I'm the last man standing around. And let me tell you the secret. Because I eat the super lemon drops. I believe this has the ability to kill off the COVID-19 ninja virus. At the same time, I'm also eating this lian hua. I mean, for those of you from Western world, you wouldn't know this. This is the most popular product right now to kill off COVID-19, all right? So I've been eating 4 tablets 3 times a day. Oh my gosh. So I'm fortifying my body right now, okay? Very good. And of course, changes to Apple privacy rules affected everybody, and a slowdown in ad spending also weighing on the company's result. Right? We completed this paragraph. I'm bringing you through the tunnel, and later you're going to be very excited, right? Shares in Pinterest with a market valuation of about 12 billion, down around 50% year to year. We saw the chart just now. Worse than tech-heavy Nasdaq Composite Index, fallen about 30%. Company went public in 2019, the year before pandemic, at $19. And when I show you $19, does it resonate anything? Come on, does it resonate anything? This $19, that was the ding dong dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. That was the IPO price. Today, you are back to square one at $19. But the company learned so much lessons. How to scale right now to a valuation of 12 billion and how to turn it profitable. There's so much value. Even though the stock price has gone back to the IPO price of $19, right? So you see, every step I try to think about what Elliott is thinking about. Then we can formulate the thesis or the game plan. How can we trade alongside with him to make money, right? So this is really, really good stuff. Stock price surge above $80. I show you the range just now, the $70 to $80 range. That's the mama range that we're going to bring the stock price back to. And of course, the stock rose about 25% after hours when Wall Street Journal reported on the stake. But right now, the price has kind of dropped to 12%, all right? You can see right here, it's still above, but at 12%, not as 25%. Now this part here, how do we see it? I really love to track this part here. Let me show you, all right? The trick is we go to 5-day, and then 5-minute, and here we go. This is how you see that mama big spike, all right? Right over here. Ding! That's the big spike right there, right? So anything that I'm reading, I will always cross-reference check, and I make sure, you know, it is what it is, and so that we can really analyze it with an open eye, all right? So let me bring this back again. Tong! I'm kind of having fun moving my windows like this, all right? Now, the next paragraph. Here we go. I really, dissect every line that they're talking about so that we don't have any blind spots, right? So here we go. Pinterest has been looking to boost revenue beyond its advertising-centric model by expanding into e-commerce. Company partner is Shopify. At the start of the pandemic, giving its users the ability to purchase products they find on its platform by clicking on a link to a merchant's website. That has helped them. That has helped them to push the stock price to $80. All right. In June, Pinterest acquired the Yes, an artificial intelligence platform that customizes fashion shopping experience for users. But Pinterest faces challenges in this area. Online consumer spending has lately been on the decline, and the tech sector has been grappling with the combined weight of macroeconomic factors, rising interest rate, war in Ukraine, quickening inflation, which have weakened the online ad market. Now, this is fair, this is factual, right? But last year, if you remember, PayPal was in talks to buy Pinterest but back out after the payments company shareholders balked. All right? So this was the one that you can see right here on the chart. When PayPal wanted to buy, the stock price spiked up, and then next thing, boom, the stock price spiked down, right? In fact, I think if I remember correctly, it should be this one. He wanted to buy, spike up, boom, and then collapse back down again, right? So this is the tricky part. Now, Elliott is known as one of Wall Street's toughest activist investor. I love the word toughest means if he's tough, then the price better go even much higher. All right, I don't need a softie right here. I need a tough guy to bring the stock price aggressively up in the shortest time possible, right? So this is really fascinating. And of course, the big main point I'm going to bring across today is this. Last year, Twitter co-founder Jack Dorsey stepped down from the top job after facing pressure from Elliott. This is what you want to take away from. If he can force Jack Dorsey to step down, and he's sitting on nice profit right now. I'm going to demonstrate to you with Elon Musk's price at $54 for the acquisition. The activists took a roughly $1 billion stake in Twitter in 2020. All right? So right now, and not only that, appointed 2 new members to the board to what was an 8-person board, okay? So now we're going to look at Twitter, and we're going to have a lot of understanding about Elliott's strategy. So here we go. And this is going back to check again this very important line, all right? 2020, Elliott took a stake in Twitter. I move that out. I come back to here, and I'm going to show you 2020. This is 2020. All right, right now I'm looking at Twitter. And Elon Musk has proposed to acquire Twitter at 54, which is right here. Can you see how beautiful it is? That if the acquisition by Elon Musk goes through, Elliott is sitting on obscene profits. All right, he's sitting on obscene profits. Now we want to know how obscene is this obscene profits, right? Because he's buying in my red box right here. This red box contains the entire 2020. You could buy low here, could buy middle here, could be buy high there. Even if you buy at the highest point of my red box, he's still sitting on profits. All right? So this is the part where our software will come in to give us the deeper insight of the data. All right? So drum rolling. How many want to see the deeper insight, or should I call? And I spent about 30 minutes already. How many of you want to see the software data inside? If you like to see, can you say something nice on the chat so that I know you're still awake watching this? And I'm trying to finish my super lemon drops. So I wait for you to respond on the YouTube chat box that you like to see the deeper insights of the data. So can I hear something on the chat box? Wow, Hiram is the first one to respond. Very, very proud of you, Hiram. How about the rest? Where's the rest of you? How many of you like to see the deeper insight of the chat box? I see Jay, very good. Brandy, Peter. Not that many people, huh? Then Ryan, Manfred, very, very good. And John, okay. You guys have convinced me to show everybody what's inside our data software, right? Here we go. So what you can do on our software, you're going to search for Twitter, and then search for the investor, Elliott Investment Management. I found it right here. And here we go. This is how we analyze it. Starting from right over here. This was his first investment that took place in Q1 2020. Right? You all can see very, very clearly right here. Q1 2020. All right? That was the very first investment. Now I'm going to make sure you are really seeing super, super sharp. Just switch it to full screen. Okay, now it should be super, super sharp. One more time, all right? One more time. So this is Q1, and you can see the word right here, new, the first Virgin trade, right? And back then he paid the average price of $29. And then we have a column right here that shows the average price every time he buy or sell the stock, right? Can you see for yourself? It's super cheap. He's sitting on awesome profits right now, all right? So how do I know that? Because I'm going to do this maneuver right here. The first purchase of 3 million number of shares, right? And then it increased to 3.5 million. And then he didn't buy anything, remained stagnant at 3.5, 3.5, and then he doubled down. In Q1 2021, when the stock price was averagely trading about 62, he doubled down to 7 million shares. And then in Q2 2021, he bought 3 million more shares. So final number of shares he owned is 10 million. Right, 10 million. So if you look at this kind of price positioning, his average price is below Elon Musk's acquisition price of 54. Right, so that's really, really simple, okay? And in fact, he didn't sell off a lot right here. It's just still maintaining a total number of shares 10 million, right? He didn't really sell off a lot. He didn't sell off at all, still 10 million. It's just that average price, the way we calculate it, all right? So you can see this guy is a proven activist investor, right? And that's what I like about this particular deal. So if he can do that for Twitter, I don't see why he cannot do it for Pinterest. So let's sum it up right here. Ding. Okay? Right over here in 2019, Elliott and fellow activist Starboard criticized the performance of online eBay. Elliott's Jesse Cohn was among the 3 members added to eBay's board. 6 months later, chief executive resigned. So he's very good at kicking out ill-performing CEOs. And with more than 50 billion asset under management as the end of last year, and also has a private equity arm, Evergreen Coast Capital, that sometimes bid on companies that are targets of the firm's activist campaign. So I shown you guys already, all right? Now, the challenge is how to trade this guy. I'm going to put back Pinterest again. And this is the final note, all right? So here we go. I'm going to leave you with this very, very important thought. And this is right here. Right over here, I start right on the 200-day simple moving average line, February. And when the moment the stock price start to drop, I draw a horizontal line across and I drop vertically down, and I can see February and August. I want to make sure you really understand this. And I replicate this box to the right so that you can see with an open eyes right now today where it is. Right? It is still inside the box. The difference is on the left, the price went above the box. On the right, the price went into the box, right? That's the big difference. And then we try to establish the high price that we should be aiming at, and that would be the $90 to $70 range. This is the mama price range that we want to bring it back to. So as a result today, whether you're getting it at $17 per share, 18 or 19 or 20, $21 per share, as long as you get it below this, inside this red box, you're fine. Because for activists like Elliott, they are here to make 10x, not to make your 10% return. Please get this right, all right? And right now, with the Google chief on board to bring powerful e-commerce that steered through the pandemic 2 years, he's going to bring the same level of expertise back to Pinterest. I think we are looking at a winner right here. This is a winner that should go back. In fact, if we are near to 90, it should break 100. So $20 to $100 stock price, we are talking about 5 times returns. 5x possible return. And of course, if you want to play a combination of options, if it's 5 times return, that will be 10 times. 5 to 10 times more. That will be 25 to 50 times more if you leverage off options. All right? So for those of you who want to know exactly what I'll be firing the trades on Pinterest, I welcome you. Go and scan on a QR code on the right side of your screen, and that is our Don't Stop Believing Trades notification. You will know exactly whether I'm going in to buy stock or to buy options. And if I do buy options, what is the combination of the strike price versus the expiration date? I welcome you to join me, but I hope you enjoy this analysis about Pinterest. I think this is a great company to begin with a great, even greater activist investor. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight, and please join us again tomorrow. I'm doing this every day for the next 100 days. I call it the Stock Market Inspiration. And make sure you subscribe to our notification bell right below on the YouTube screen so that you'll be alerted when I come on stream live tomorrow. All right? Thank you very, very much. May God bless you. Good night, everybody.